everybody, it's Bea. Today we are on Sunday and I'm near the statue of Joan of Arc. Why I'm here now? I'm with this beautiful lady. Her name is Zoe and she's the girl representing Joan of Arc this year. Hello Zoe, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited you're here.
Yeah, and what you are doing now today?
So we just came from a second line, which is our own little procession from the Mass to the Joan statue. Tomorrow we're celebrating her birthday with a big parade here in the French Quarter. It'll be 12th night. We're going to kick off the Mardi-Gras season.
So you were chosen to be Joan of Arc. Explain us how it works and how you are chosen to be the representation, a new representation of Joan of Arc.
Of course. So each year, Joan is selected from a teenage girl from 16 to 19 years old. She has to speak some French. She has to represent a leader in her community. That means community service or working in her school, working with her peers. I then wrote an essay and asked for a letter of recommendation. And of course, it was a very selective process. I actually applied last year and didn't get it, but I tried again. And I had an interview with the French consulate here, in French, of course, to prove that I can speak French. And then I was selected. It was very exciting.
Wow, amazing.
So we're going to do happy birthday and sing, and then we're closing up. All right. Oh, and then the queen is coming. The queen, our queen.
Birthday
during a long time you prepare all the festivities. I think you need to ride on a horse.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So not only do I get a horse and a very beautiful sword that was gifted to us from the city of Orléans, but I will proceed with the rest of the crew. We have lots of parade members. We've been celebrating for almost the entire month of December with dinners and banquets and mass, and so we're all very excited.
So the city of New Orleans is really linked with the French people and with the French history, and you represent the US version of Joan of Arc, right?
New Orleans is unlike anywhere else, and just even now standing in the French Quarter, this heavy influence that the French have had on us makes us who we are today. And for me, it's such an honor to represent Joan and to continue on this heritage of, celebrating our patron saint, and especially in her 100th year of canonization, and making sure that New Orleans doesn't lose its history.
Oh.
Everybody ready for that game? All right. Say that.
So you are Joan of Arc, but there is also the other character, the Queen, the King. Explain us what you will do tomorrow, because tomorrow it's the big day, the day of the parade. So we want to know what is going on tomorrow.
So we also have Queen Yolande and King Charles VII in the parade tomorrow. And at the end of the parade, I'm lucky enough to knight the king, and we get to cut the first king cake of the Mardi-Gras season. So we'll stand on the steps, and I'll put his crown on, and we'll all ride our horses through the quarter.
You seem very popular. People in car stop to say hello and hello Joan of Arc. So a lot of people know Joan of Arc and the parade because it's the first opening day of the carnival in New Orleans. That's right?
Yes, we love Mardi Gras here, and so we'll take any chance we can to celebrate the party, and this is a great way to start it off. It's a beautiful parade. It's really wonderful.
So we will be there in the parade with you to see all that. Congratulations, Zoe, for that, and to be the young generation of Joan of Arc. We are very proud of this character in France, and especially in Orléans. So congratulations to you, and I wish you a lot of good things for this year of Joan of Arc.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May it be a great year. Yes.
If you have not checked in for breakfast, please come over here and we'll get you checked in. Okay.
Go Saints! Hands on the ball!
Zoe, I have something for you from Orléans. This is a statue of Joan of Arc, a modern version of Joan of Arc in print in 3D. So this is modern version, as you can be a modern version of Joan of Arc. So this is for you, and this is from Orléans.
Oh, merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And enjoy the moment.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
And I'm going to get a smaller one. Nice! Nice! 3 maids in
That's one of the few things that have been useful that I've ever
So I'm with you today because you were Joan of Arc of the parade 2 years ago with the crew of Joan of Arc. Can you explain me how was the experience and how did you do that?
Yes, so I first walked in the parade when I was 6 years old, and every year for 10 years I participated, and on the 10th anniversary I turned 16, so I was able to apply to be the maid, and luckily I was accepted, and I got to experience what it was like to ride on the horse and to walk in the parade, and I received my sword at the chapel, and it was the most amazing night of my life. And then the mayor of Orléans invited us to come visit for their parade, and so I got to experience the Fête Joannique in Orléans, which was also absolutely amazing. The festivities were a little bit more grand than they are here, but it was still wonderful to see the connections that we shared with our traditions with our sister city.
So you met the girl playing Joan of Arc in Orléans too, I think.
Yes, Mathilde, yes, and we still communicate today on WhatsApp, and yeah, she's very sweet, and it was nice to have a girl who shared the same love for Joan of Arc and the same faith in Joan of Arc as I do.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, yes.
So you continue to be with the crew after that?
Yes.
That's why you are here today, and you will be in the parade too.
Yes, so last year at the cathedral, I handed the sword to Alyssa, the Joan of 2019, and now Alyssa will hand the Joan of 2020, Zoe, her sword. But I will be wearing angel wings, and I will wear my new sash. And yes, so I'm going to continue to walk in the parade.
And how can you describe this experience in your life or for your future too?
Yes, so New Orleans, I believe, is one of the most amazing places in the world, and the community and the culture that we share here is so exciting. And so to watch the Joan of Arc parade grow in New Orleans has been absolutely wonderful, and to see all of these people here today come together and create a moving piece of art, to create a parade which is so ingrained in the New Orleans culture is wonderful to see. And every year there's new ideas, new costumes. There'll be more cannons with confetti, more angels. It's beautiful, yes.
So we will see you on the parade in some days?
Yes, you will. So on January 6th, I will be walking in the parade, and I'm very excited to continue participating, even though my year as Joan of Arc has already passed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Is there one of our costumes?
Hey, this is the wall. Yeah, this is our lieutenant of the casino.
Tell me it's not in January.
No, it's no. The last Saturday in June.
That might be a good time for me because we're going to.
That needs to be in. That's why I always stick it on the left to tuck that in first. And then
Anyway, so thank goodness.
see the bench.
Absolutely. It's like it's so crazy.
And I
I'm not well. Something
I have my St. Joseph on my necklace I made. I actually made it to St. Joseph.
He was 72.
Make it to the actual event.
too close, and then you
That
because they were, the box got wet, so the string that holds them on, like kind of like softened.
Yeah.
So they weren't.
yeah.
So, what is for you to be Jeanne of Arc and to represent this fabulous character of French history?
For me, I think what's most important is just showing young girls that they can be whatever they want to be, and that just because you're a woman and just because you're young doesn't mean that you can't have an impact on tons of different people and really make an impact on the world. And you know, Joan of Arc at such a young age affected literally thousands of people, and I just want young girls to know that they can do the exact same thing.
You know that in France, in Orléans, we have also Jeanne of Arc festivities, and a young girl is chosen to be Jeanne of Arc. And do you know how is the process? Or, for example, she learned to run a horse or things like that. Do you do that too?
So yes, there are similar things about it. I had to take horse riding lessons so I could get used to doing that. And then I had to practice my French speaking, which isn't the best, but it's a work in progress. And I've actually been in contact with the maid in Orléans, who was the 2019 maid, so we can kind of talk to each other about our different processes and what we went through.
Amazing. And you have worked on this during all the year, or how does it work?
So I learned about the process and about the parade in high school from my French teacher. And so after that, I started really practicing my French and, you know, making sure that I was doing things that I could help with the process. And after that, I had to do an over-the-phone interview, half in English and half in French. And then also had to submit a resume of, you know, doing community service work in the French community and things like that so that they could see that I was a hard worker. And after those things, that's when they chose the Jeanne of Arc. And I was luckily chosen. So happy.
Maybe for
So I'm with Jeanne Fox, and she's here because she's a member of the crew of Joan of Arc, and you're working today for the preparation of the parade. John, can you explain us your experience with this crew and your experience with Joan of Arc and this history around Joan of Arc in general?
Well, we'd start out with the fact that I was named after Joan of Arc. I come from a very large family of Catholics, and my father told me about that when I was very young, but I never really thought about it very much. And then in my life, I turned into a French teacher. And I fell in love with everything in France. And I went to school in France. Then I lived in Switzerland. And then about 2 years after Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, the crew was started. And I saw, I think, the second parade before I joined. And it was very small. It was only about 40 people. A couple of people on horses. There were quite a few women dressed as nuns. And it had a very mystical, very touching, kind of deep feel to me. It really seemed really kind of spiritual, kind of beautiful. And so I decided immediately that I had to join it, even though I'm not particularly religious, but I really loved it. And so I joined the next year and flew out here and started, started my little career. But so far also I've studied Joan of Arc extensively. I spent a couple of years of my life studying her and making 2 different PowerPoint presentations of about 400 slides apiece, one in English, one in French. So, and you would find with the people in the crew, a whole lot of them have studied the life of Joan extensively. They have all different things to say about her. So now the crew is very big, and it's really beautiful. But it's become also very crazy. I mean, which is good. It's good
because the crew was created 12 years ago, I think. And you said that the crew was small at the beginning, and now there is a lot of costume, a lot of people. So in 10 years. The story of Joan d'Arc interesting a lot of people, or
Well, I'll tell you. When you're in the parade, what you see is number one. It starts out the entire Mardi-Gras season, and the French history here in New Orleans really means a lot to a lot of people, and we also have a lot of French citizens here. So they come out to see the parade, and they're really very touched to see that we have created this beautiful parade, this very New Orleans-y type of take on Joan of Arc. But you hear as you go through, meeting people in the parade, how a whole lot of people are very touched deeply by the whole story, more than you would think. I mean, she really is one of the most well-known, famous characters in history, and her story really is kind of eternal. I mean, she was an incredible example of courage. Deep courage, kind of very much linked for Joan to God, to religion, to her country. But you will see in the parade, we have people. I think we have people from all different walks of life, all different religious backgrounds. It's not like it's a lot of, they aren't all, let's say, Catholic or Christian or anything. It's a huge mixture.
So a figure of a woman, very actual today. And in New Orleans, or do you think that just the opening of the parade and the Mardi Gras festivities are?
Well, I think it was really important that Amy started this parade. Amy Kirk-Duvoisin started this parade right after Katrina. See, I had a house here for about 5 years when Katrina hit, and it was so devastating to people. It was so shocking. It was absolutely unbelievable. If you came even 2-3 years after the parade, half of the town was still empty. And so there was something about the story of Joan, since she was also the maid from Orléans, that people were able to relate to. And so it was in addition to the whole Mardi Gras tradition, because we didn't have a parade on the first day of Mardi Gras. Well, we have a little one called Funny 40 Fellows. But she was able to position this one, of course, the 6th of January, because that's when Joan was born. But because it has kind of a serious spiritual feel, there's that little take on it, and it's a walking parade. And we don't have plastic beads and cups and stuff like that. I mean, we have all these kind of funny handmade things, and a lot of them have you'll see
coins and
prayers. You see little prayers and little things that have a little bit of a spiritual significance. It strikes a chord for people.
Oh.
It really means something to them in terms of the survival of the city. It's really true.
So you will be on the parade with a costume in some days. What kind of costumes do you wear?
What I like to do, I don't play a particular role, although perhaps next year I might. But I usually just wear what I call my medieval lady dress.
Oh.
And so I have different colors, full-length dress, and I wear big fancy hats with a lot of trim on them since I don't have any hair. And I carry a basket, and this year I have little scrolls where I wrote the history of Joan of Arc. And I really like how it came out, and it's rolled up with a little gold ribbon.
Oh.
So I've got 250 of those to pass out. So it's kind of educational. I mean, I used to be a teacher, so that's how it goes.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.